What's up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Buzz. Paddy Pimblett has officially responded to Ilia Topuria's latest comments, and fans are buzzing about a potential showdown. During a press conference in Spain, Ilia Topuria discussed his future plans and hinted at headlining the first ever Paramount card. When asked about possible opponents, Topuria didn't hesitate to name a few. "It's very possible," he said about leading the event. "3 people I'd like to fight? Definitely Paddy. We've got history. And I think that's the fight everyone wants to see. I think you all want me to do that thing I can't say here out loud. The second one, Islam. And who would be the third? I don't know. Anyone can get it. I don't know. Anyone can get it." As expected, Paddy Pimblett caught wind of the remarks and took to social media with a cheeky response. Posting a photo of himself shrugging, he wrote, "Why hasn't he signed the contract yet?" A clear jab at Ilia's public call-out. The exchange immediately caught the attention of fans, fueling speculation that the long-anticipated grudge match might finally happen. If this fight does materialize, it could be one of the most talked-about matchups in recent UFC history. Both men have a fiery rivalry that's been brewing since their backstage altercation years ago, and now with Topuria holding the title and Paddy climbing the ranks, the timing couldn't be better. The only question left is whether the UFC will book it for the inaugural Paramount event, and how this could affect other top contenders like Justin Gaethje, who has stated he'll either fight for the belt next or retire. One thing is certain, a Paddy versus Ilia main event would set the MMA world on fire. Before moving on to the next news, we have a quick request for you. We're always working to improve our content and truly value your support. If you could take a moment to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon, it would mean a lot to us. That way, you'll never miss an update. Move on to another news. Daniel Cormier has once again voiced his frustration with the UFC's scoring system, particularly regarding how takedowns are counted in MMA Day. Following UFC 320, Cormier amplified his objections after Merab Dvalishvili's dominant unanimous decision win over Corey Sandhagen. According to official stats, Merab recorded 20 takedowns, while Sandhagen defended 17 attempts, but Cormier believes those numbers are misleading. Speaking on his podcast with Chael Sonnen, Cormier explained, "The MMA takedown is a problem. The way they score it is the issue. A takedown should be when you go to the mat and stay there, not when someone briefly lifts you up and puts you back down without losing control." Cormier revealed that he's even discussed the matter with officials responsible for takedown metrics, but still left unsatisfied. "They should let us, the fighters, define what a takedown really is. Merab didn't get 20 takedowns, maybe 5 or 6. The rest were just mat returns." Cormier's remarks reignited debate about the accuracy and impact of takedown statistics in modern MMA. While many argue that the number of takedowns didn't change the fight's outcome, as Merab clearly controlled most of the action and outstruck Sandhagen, the discussion raises questions about how dominance is measured. Sandhagen himself shared similar frustrations during a recent interview with Ariel Helwani. "The 20 takedowns stat is kind of funny," he said. "If you watch that fight, you wouldn't think Merab's wrestling was super impressive. Mat returns don't hurt. They're just used to keep control and run the clock. He stuck to body locks way longer than I expected. It's a gamey way to win." This ongoing criticism from both fighters highlights the growing demand for a more refined scoring system that better reflects control, damage, and effectiveness rather than repetitive positional exchanges. Whether this debate influences future judging criteria or Merab's strategy in his next bout remains to be seen. The bantamweight contender is now set to face Petr Yan at UFC 323 on December 6, a fight that may put this scoring controversy back in the spotlight. Move on to another news. Anthony Hernandez has responded to Sean Strickland's recent call-out, expressing his willingness to fight the outspoken former champion, but also hinting at another name on his radar. The middleweight contender was forced to withdraw from UFC Vancouver due to injury, missing a scheduled main event clash against Rene de Ritter. Despite the setback, Hernandez remains eager to face top competition and move closer to a title shot. Strickland, never one to shy away from controversy, recently told MMA Junkie that he wants to fight Hernandez next, even mocking his wrestling-heavy fighting style and calling him the American Chimp. When asked about the call-out on INAT Weigh-In podcast, Hernandez laughed it off but didn't hesitate to accept. "Shane's funny, he's wild and always saying crazy stuff, but if he wants to fight me, then run it. I don't care. I'd also like to fight Dricus du Plessis because that fight guarantees me a shot at the belt. Either way, both fights get me there." Hernandez added that both matchups would be entertaining and lucrative. "Both fights would be fun. Both would be bloody, and we'd make a lot of money. Whoever the UFC matchmakers call me for, I'll sign and show up. However, Hernandez did make it clear why Du Plessis remains his preferred opponent. I'd like to fight DDP because he's done a lot as a champion. He beat some big names, and if I can beat a proven champion like him, it means something. Some fans believe Hernandez's preference for Du Plessis may stem from the fact that he hasn't faced a grappler with Chimaev's dominant top game, and Du Plessis opposes a more striking-oriented challenge. But there's also logic to his ambition. Du Plessis is currently ranked No. 1 in the division and has only one loss since 2018. Having already defeated Strickland twice, a win over him would carry major significance. Whether Hernandez's next step is a grudge match with Strickland or a potential title eliminator with Du Plessis, one thing is clear: he's ready to fight anyone that gets him closer to gold. Move on to another news. Dricus Du Plessis has shared his thoughts on the upcoming heavyweight title clash between Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane, set for November 22 in Abu Dhabi at UFC 321. Aspinall enters the bout as a strong betting favorite, holding odds between 400 and 480, and Du Plessis doesn't seem inclined to bet against him. Speaking with iFight Forecasting, Du Plessis explained that while both men are elite athletes, he's leaning toward Gane. "It's going to be a very interesting fight," Du Plessis said. "I'm going with Gane on this one. He looks hungry and ready. From the training footage I've seen, he looks phenomenal. Ciryl is a specimen. Just the way he's built is incredible, but anything can happen at heavyweight." Interestingly, Du Plessis' respect for Aspinall runs deep, as he's praised the Englishman in past interviews. "From the first time you saw Tom Aspinall fight, you knew there was something special about him," he said earlier this year. "He's like the next generation of heavyweight. He moves like a middleweight, light on his feet. Great grappling, striking, and wrestling. I think he's going to be a great champion for a long time." Du Plessis went on to emphasize that Aspinall's versatility makes him a rare talent in the heavyweight division, one capable of blending speed and technique in a way that few can. "There aren't many heavyweights on his level right now," he added. "He's got the tools to dominate the division." While Du Plessis ultimately favors Gane's hunger and physical prowess for this fight, his admiration for Aspinall's skill set suggests that no matter the outcome, both men are poised to define the future of the heavyweight division. Fans can expect a fast-paced technical war when these two modern heavyweights collide in Abu Dhabi. Move on to another news. The MMA community is once again taking aim at Jon Jones after a bizarre video of him play fighting with Hasbulla went viral online. The clip shows Jones and Hasbulla joking around on a couch, with Hasbulla covering Jones' face with a pillow, while the former UFC champion pretends to gasp for air. What appeared to be harmless fun quickly turned into controversy after fans claimed Jones seemed a little too excited during the exchange. The video spread rapidly across social media, with fans posting humorous and brutal reactions. Many pointed out the awkward noises Jones made and speculated jokingly about his behavior. Comments like, "Why's Jon Jones bricked up like that?" and "This dude finds new ways to make headlines every week" flooded X, formerly Twitter. Others added, "I've never seen Hasbulla move so fast. He was scared for real, and Jon looks like he enjoys men putting things on his face." Some users even made light of Jonas' previous controversies, referencing his past drug test excuses. One fan quipped, "This is the same guy who told Joe Rogan he failed a test because of 2 bills. Now he's failing at life choices again." Another wrote, "Top 10 most ridiculous videos ever. I've seen enough. Don't ever let him come back to the sport." Despite the mockery, some fans dismissed the incident as overblown, calling it harmless banter. Still, given Jonas' history of off-cage controversies, this short clip has reignited debates about his public image and behavior. The heavyweight champion, known for his legendary fight IQ and equally chaotic personal life, hasn't responded to the viral reaction, but the May world, as always, is having a field day at his expense. Move on to another news. UFC President Dana White has once again made headlines after taking aim at boxing promoter Eddie Hearn, calling him a lunatic during a heated rant on the Guide 3 Knockdown Rule podcast. The outburst comes in response to Hearn's recent criticism of Dana's boxing promotion efforts and remarks about the Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford matchup. White didn't hold back, saying Hearn suddenly sounds like Hesse's reading from a WE script. According to Dana, this version of Hearn is far removed from the man he's known for years. "It's fascinating," White said. "Eddie Hearn all of a sudden is acting like a lunatic. He's out here talking like a politician running for election, saying he's going to fix boxing, change everything, and compete with me. Where was that energy for the last 20 years? Dana went on to mock Hearn's new public persona, suggesting he's more interested in self-promotion than real innovation. All of a sudden, Eddie's the savior of boxing. He's going to change the sport, revolutionize it, and make it better. Give me a break," White said. "He's talking about competing with me, building bigger fights. I don't even think about those guys. I don't care what they're doing." The UFC boss also took offense at Hearn's claim that Dana had nothing to do with creating major boxing events like Canelo versus Crawford. White fired back sharply. Yeah, no kidding. When have you ever seen me running around saying I created Canelo or that I made that fight? It's absurd. Somebody's clearly writing him a WA script, and he just sounds ridiculous. Dana concluded his fiery remarks by doubling down on his stance that Hearn's promises are all talk. You're not going to do jack, White said bluntly. You've had decades to make boxing better, and now you want to act like the hero? It's laughable. The feud between the two promoters highlights the ongoing rivalry between MMA and boxing's biggest power players, with Dana once again proving has never one to back down from a verbal brawl. Move on to another news. UFC lightweight Anshul Jubli has broken his silence after facing major backlash for remarks about a hypothetical fight with Khabib Nurmagomedov. Earlier this year, a short clip circulated online in which Jubli appeared to claim he could submit Khabib, sparking outrage among MMA fans. The timing made things worse, as the clip went viral soon after Jubli's quick loss to Quillan Salkill. In the video, Jubli said there was no difference between him and Khabib, citing his strong mindset and resilience. I have a world champion mentality, he stated. Nothing can break me. Maybe I have to survive the first round and then I can get a knockout, or even submit Khabib. These comments reached Khabib's longtime coach, Javier Hernandez, who questioned Jubli's words. He's a good kid, Mendez said, but maybe he's just trying to get attention. Become a champion first and talk like that. Now, Jubli has responded to the controversy, saying his words were taken out of context. In a social media post, the Indian fighter clarified, "People used small clips from my long interview to make it look like I was disrespecting Khabib. That's far from the truth. I've always admired him. I've learned so much from his fighting style and mentality." Jubli went on to say that the comment about submitting Khabib was meant as a joke. If you see the full interview, you'll understand it was said with humor, he explained. Jubli also addressed his critics directly. I don't waste energy on opinions, especially from brainless haters. I'm doing all the right things and coming back stronger than ever. People who know me understand how much I respect Khabib, but those filled with hate will twist anything. After starting his career 6-0, including a win on Iron Road to UFC, Jubli has gone 1-2 in the Octagon. Whether his latest statement will calm the storm or reignite debate remains to be seen. But one thing's clear. Jubli is standing firm on his respect for Khabib and his determination to bounce back stronger. Move on to another news. The UFC has announced several major fight updates for the coming months. According to IG Fighting, middleweights Marco Tulio and Christian Leroy Duncan are set to face off at the November 8th Fight Night event in Las Vegas. Tulio is entering the bout on an impressive 10-fight winning streak after graduating from Dana White's Contender Series in 2024. The Brazilian powerhouse is coming off a dominant stoppage win over Tane Gore in April, his second consecutive finish. Meanwhile, England's Christian Leroy Duncan, who recently secured a TTO victory against veteran Eric Anders in August, holds a record of 3 wins in his last 5 fights. MMA Junkie also confirmed that the same card will feature an exciting flyweight clash between Matt Schnell and Joseph Morales. Schnell likely saved his UFC career earlier this year with a unanimous decision win over Jimmy Flick, following 3 consecutive losses. Morales, on the other hand, is on a remarkable rise after capturing the 33rd season of LCL, Ultimate Fighter Inc., with a submission victory over Alibi Idris in August. Including his exhibition fights during the show, Morales has now won 6 straight bouts, making this matchup one to watch. In lightweight news, Arman Tsarukyan is preparing for his return to the Octagon on November 22nd against Dan Hooker. A viral video recently surfaced of Tsarukyan showcasing his power by knocking over a heavy punching bag, a clip that has fans buzzing. Tsarukyan last fought in April 2024, where he earned a hard-fought split decision victory over former UFC champion Charles Oliveira, marking his 4th straight win. Hooker, who defeated Mateusz Gamrot in August 2024 via split decision, is also riding momentum with 3 consecutive victories heading into UFC Qatar. Finally, popular striker Sharabuddin Magomedov, known as Shara Bullet, may not return to competition before the end of 2025 due to recovery from nose surgery. However, fans will see him on the big screen soon. Magomedov recently revealed he has a role in the upcoming movie Goldfishy, starring Danny Trejo. The film's trailer even features a glimpse of the Russian fighter, confirming his crossover from the Octagon to Hollywood.